Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today's beer is from one of the finest, in my estimation, craft beer breweries in the country of Japan, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company. And I think I probably reviewed more of their beers than from any other brewery. They keep putting out all kinds of interesting things, exploring, pushing the boundaries, and they do have a series of flagship beers, but the interesting ones for me are the ones that come in their different series of beers. Kyoto Brewing was founded in 2015 by three foreign residents of the city, an American man and a Canadian man and a Welshman. And they had been friends earlier when they first came to Japan. They were working together and became good friends. And the one that I knew earliest was the head brewer, who at that time was a home brewer, and he used to come to beer sampling sessions that we would have, bringing his home brew, and we would sample it and talk to him about it, and he improved measurably. From time to time, he would bring just amazing beers. He later studied brewing in the U.S., and he did an internship at Lost Abbey in California, and then came back to Japan. He worked at one of the better breweries in Japan, Shiga Kogen, in Nagano Prefecture. And they opened their brewery in 2015, and right away they were named the best new brewery in Japan by Rate Beer. For that year, and then in 2019 they were rated the best brewery in Japan of all breweries, some 400 or so breweries at that time. They have a tap room in Kyoto, and it is open on weekends, I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday now. Still a little bit limited by coronavirus, so they have I think only drinking or takeaway, but eventually, or maybe now they haven't moved back to it. I haven't been there for a while, but maybe move to drinking outside and eventually back inside as well. They have three main flagship beers. If you go on their website, you can see what they are, and a number of series, which are very interesting. They have a Kimagure series, which comes out every season, spring, fall, or spring, summer, fall, and winter, and generally an IPA or session IPA, something like that. And more recently, they've made their Kodama series, which is a series of barrel-aged beers. Later, I'll review several of those as well. On Rate Beer, they have about 220 beers. When I last checked, the average rating was something like 3.72, which is pretty high for a brewery. That's out of 5, 3.72. So we're going to take a look at a nice beer from Kyoto Brewing. Please stay tuned. And one more beer we have from Kyoto Brewing Company. Let's look at it. It's a new one, fairly new. This is Kyoto Brewing Haru no Kimagure 2022, and the Kimagure series is one of their oldest series. They have many series of beers, and this is one of the oldest ones. They put it out every quarter, every season, and Haru means spring, and Kimagure, they translate it as spring on a whim or summer on a whim, and so this season, the Kimagure series is primarily IPAs, trying to express the season through an IPA style. In the past, they've also done pale ales and session IPAs, and so related kinds of beers to the IPA style. And for this one, so again, it comes out every quarter. This is the spring one for this year. And on Rate Beer, this one has 2 ratings only, and the rating is pretty high, 3.75. And on Untapped, 126 ratings at an identical 3.75 out of 5. 6% alcohol, 35 international bittering units, and they state on their website that this is a kind of throwback to the American version of the IPA, which really started the trend and made and still actually dominates the world in terms of IPAs. So IPA is a style I like very much, and I'm looking forward to this one. This has a malt bill of Golden Promise and something called T50. And Golden Promise is a malt that Kyoto Brewing uses quite often, or they have certainly in the recent past, they've used it quite often. And the hops include Polaris, Centennial, Cascade, and Idaho 7. And the last three, of course, are all stalwart IPA hops. And Polaris is this interesting new super high alpha acid hop, which was developed by the Hop Research Institute in Germany. And Kyoto Brewing has used it in a few of their recent beers. And it's just like 15 to 18% alpha acids, very, very high. So as a bittering hop. And American ale yeast. So looking forward to this one. This should be quite interesting. I'm an IPA guy, actually. A lot of people get on about saisons and fruit beers. I love saisons also, fruit beer or sour beers. But for me, the IPA is the way it's always been. Well, not always, but in any case. So this is a nice, pretty sort of medium dark amber color with a half a finger of sort of frothy head. Okay. The aroma. Yeah, it smells light, fruity. It's kind of caramelly. Just a slight sort of overripe fruitiness, like overripe peach, but something more minty in it as well. Oh boy, yeah. Caramel, rich fruitiness, light, tangy, bitter bite in mid palate. 35 IBUs. 35 IBUs is a little bit, maybe just a touch low, or maybe at the mid range for an IPA. Very, very nice. You get the Cascade in here for sure. Centennial. And those are great hops for an IPA. Yeah, great aroma. This is almost, as they say, a throwback to the early American version. Something you might have gotten from Stone Brewing or Lagunitas or somebody like that, way back in the day, 20 years ago. Wonderful. Really nice. This is, I highly recommend this. It's Haru no Kimagure 2002 from Kyoto Brewing. Available on their website, I believe, right now. So, and in certain stores throughout Japan. I know wherever you find craft beer, you'll probably find Kyoto Brewing beers. So give it a go. Hope you're doing well. Spring has sprung where I am, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The weather's just about perfect right now, and it's a good time to drink beer. Bye-bye.